Hey everybody, so there is a small muscle called the subclavius muscle. It is underneath your collarbone. So I'm going to be using the right side. So it's underneath your right collarbone or behind it, and it attaches to the first rib. So here's my model. Here's the first rib. The collarbone would be like right about here. And then between this collarbone and this first rib, there is that muscle called the subclavius. My TV just fell. Anyway, there is a muscle called the subclavius, and it often gets tight. And the reason it gets tight is because you have, if you see this SCM muscle, well, you also have muscles on the side of your neck called the scalenes. And the scalenes attach from the side of the neck, from the vertebrae on the side of the neck, to the first and second rib. And maybe the third also, but definitely the first and second. And when you have developed a compensatory breathing strategy, which is heavily using the right side of your neck, especially the right SCM and the right scalenes. These scalenes, because this is what your breathing will start to do, the shoulders start to move up towards your ears, and the scalenes that are hanging from the neck to these ribs are pulling these ribs up. And when that keeps occurring, so if this is my collarbone, the first rib moves up into the collarbone. And that makes the subclavius often very tight because the muscle is between that collarbone and the first rib. So the first rib and the collarbone get stuck together, and that subclavius now gets overly tight because of the action that's occurring with these scalenes. And when that happens, it prevents proper movement of the entire rib cage, especially this first rib. So the first rib on both sides is the most important rib because it really sets the tone, it sets the pace for all the rest of the ribs to follow. And if this first rib is not allowed to go through its internal and external rotation movements with inhalation and exhalation, and instead gets stuck in a up position, which would be an inhalation position, that throws off all of the other ribs, and that all throws off the function of your spine also, because it's the rib rotation that really drives spinal rotation, and it's air that drives all of this. So something that is really good to do, even if you're not stuck, you'll often find a right subclavius that is tighter than the left side. And you can always compare, and it's good to compare, but most people will find it to be tighter on the right side. So all you really have to do to release it or relax it is go find your sternum, find your collarbone, move out about midway, halfway of the collarbone outside from the sternum all the way to the shoulder, about halfway, and kind of go in and up. And you'll probably find a pretty tight or tender area. If you don't find it immediately, work outside a little bit and just manually massage it and apply some pressure. For a lot of people, it's really, really tight and it might hurt a lot, so just ease into it and see if it's tight. And for a lot of people, it will be. And it's really good just to keep that muscle nice and relaxed so that the rest of your body, the rest of your rib cage can go through that internal rotation, external rotation that's so essential for proper spinal movement. A big part of the healing process is exercise, and in particular, training the movement patterns that you've lost. So if you like this video, could you please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, do whatever you have to do to spread the word so other people can benefit just like I have.